Hello guys and welcome back. In this lesson we are gonna look at creating methods that have multiple parameters. In this case we are gonna create method with two parameters. A convert method that will convert a temperature to a type the user will provide, the temperature and the type, in other words, the type that will convert it to either Fahrenheit or Celsius. Before I start the lesson, if you didn't subscribe to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon for more updates. So let's get started. Writing method now. So we start off with the keyword static followed by the return type. We will call our method convert and our parameters are double temp and string type. This one will be a very easy method to write because we are going to have it if statement and if else statement that looks at the type and then decides which conversion formula to use. So we are gonna say if type dot equals, we are gonna to see C first, then we are gonna have return the temperature converted to Celsius. So you'll use F to C formula from earlier, that's why I left those up there. And then if the type is not equal to C, then it must be equal to F or Fahrenheit, or we'll return the temperature converted to Fahrenheit like so. And that's all the method has to do. Notice that in this method I have two return statements, but of course only one is executed. If type is equal to C, then this return statement get executed. Otherwise, you're gonna see here that the other type is F, then this return statement is executed. It used to be that methods could have only one return statement period. That will mean that you have to create a variable to store the conversion formula's result and then return that and adds a couple of extra lines. And so these days most experts say it is okay to have multiple return statements, as long as it's clear which return statement will actually get executed. In this case, it is easily as clear based on what the user enters for a type. So let's go up for our main program, the main method, and let's test this method. So we need a couple of scanner objects, one of the temperature, scanner input temp is equal to new scanner system dot in, and one for type, scanner input is equal to new scanner system dot in. Then we need some variables, double temperature and a string type, and we will prompt the user to enter the temperature and type. So system.out.print, enter a temperature to convert, and we will get that temperature is equal to input temp dot next double, and we prompt the user to enter a type to convert to. System dot out dot print, enter type to convert to. It will be better prompt them with the C or F to enter the right type, and then we will get that from the keyboard. Type is equal to input dot next, and then we will ending this by calling the method system.out.println the converted temperature is plus convert temperature type, and that looks that that's all we need. Let's save it and then compile and run, see if it's worked correctly. Java C chapter part 3 .java Java chapter part 3. So we are gonna convert, let's do 32 to Celsius, that should be 0. Do it again. Let's convert 100 to Fahrenheit, that's 212. So now let's review what we did. We created a method with two parameters, double temp and string type. Then we check the type and then we return either the Fahrenheit to Celsius formula if the type was C, or a Celsius to Fahrenheit if the type was F. In the method call, what we did, we had to make sure that the first argument is the temperature, and that is a double which we have over here, and the second argument is type and it is a string. Now notice that I used a variable type and parameter name type. There is no conflict there because when the method call is made, all that the method sees is the value that's stored in that variable. There is no name conflict because I have type as an argument and type as a parameter, because when the method gets called, the value of type where the user entered is going to be what the compiler sees, not the fact that they have the same name. This really has no consequences, and usually I don't have those names the same, but this time I did, just to demonstrate that there is not a conflict by doing that. So that's how we create methods with multiple parameters. We could have create a method with 3 or 4 or 5 parameters. Now you need to be careful how many parameters a method has. After 3 or 4 parameters, the code gets a little bit confusing and you should probably break that method into multiple methods. And the experts say you should do to make your code easier to understand. It makes to be workable, but it is gonna be harder for someone else to understand if you have that many parameters in your method. So in the next lesson, we are gonna look at different type of method called a predicate method. The predicate methods return the Boolean value true or false and checks the condition of the data passed into it. For example, if you might check if the number is even or odd, that would be a predicate method. Or you might check to see if the character is vowel or consonant. That would be a predicate method does that, and we are going to look at those in the next lesson. See you in the next lesson. Bye.